my dear learners, for this course on finite element analysis. In our module 3, we were discussing about analysis of beams. In our previous two lectures, I have derived expression for Hermite shape function and stiffness matrix. In this lecture 3, I am going to derive an expression for load vector due to traction. So load vector due to traction might be because of uniformly distributed load or might be because of uniformly varying load. In today's class, I am going to derive the load vector due to uniformly distributed load. So let us move on to today's topic. Let us consider a beam element acted upon by UDL as shown in the figure. Let the length of the beam be LE. It is acted upon by a uniformly distributed load. Let the magnitude of the load be P0 newtons per millimeter. At each node, one has to compute the deflection and the slope. Let the magnitude be P0 newtons per millimeters. To analyze the load vector caused due to the uniformly distributed load, we should make use of work potential. The formula for work potential due to the uniformly distributed load is given by the expression work potential because of traction is given by surface integral of displacement transpose times traction. As we all know, the displacement vector is given by shape function into nodal variables, the field variables. So global deflection V is given by shape function into nodal variables. The nodal variables are deflection at each node and slope at each node. So if I take the transpose of this, I will get V transpose is equal to Q transpose into N transpose. As you observe, the shape functions here are nothing but the Hermite shape functions which I have derived in our lecture 1. So now I am substituting V in the place of V transpose as Q transpose into N transpose. I will end up with work potential is equal to work potential due to traction will be equal to, let us integrate it over the length, Q transpose N transpose. Here the traction is P0 newtons per millimeter, so I should integrate it with respect to x, where x varies from 0 to length of the element. So in the standard form, I can write it as Q transpose into traction load vector of that element. So therefore, the traction load vector due to UDL, therefore by integral is from 0 to L N transpose P0 dx. So therefore, the tractional force due to UDL can be obtained by substituting the values of transpose of the shape function matrix into P0 integrated with respect to x from the limit 0 to length of the element. Whereas the shape functions are already derived and they are Hermite shape functions. Whereas the shape functions matrix is a row vector. If I transpose it, it will become a column vector. So therefore, substituting the values, tractional force due to UDL is given by T of an element due to UDL is equal to, let me take P0 outside, so integrating with respect to x from the limit 0 to LE, the N transpose will be 1 minus 3x square by L square plus 2x cube by L cube. N2 is x minus 2x square by L plus x cube by L square. N3 is 3x square by L square minus 2x cube by L cube. N4 is minus x square by L plus x cube by L square. minus x square by L plus x cube by L square. I should integrate it with respect to x. And very important thing one has to remember is the sign conventions. The sign conventions what we are going to follow are, if load is acting upwards then it is treated as positive, if load is acting downwards then it is considered as negative. Here the load is acting upwards, so therefore the loads are considered to be positive. Coming to the moment, if moment is acting counterclockwise it is treated as positive, if the moment acts clockwise it is treated as negative. So therefore the sign convention for this analysis of beams is for loads, if loads acts upward it is treated as positive, if load acts downwards it is treated as negative. Similarly for moments, for externally applied moments, if moments act counterclockwise it is considered to be positive, if moment act clockwise it is considered to be negative. So this is sign convention which we are using to analyze beams. So now let me integrate these shape functions with respect to x and substitute the limits 0 to LE. Traction force due to uniformly distributed load is equal to, so if I integrate I will get P naught, so integration will be x, so therefore substituting the limit I will get L minus 3, it is x cube, so therefore I will get L cube divided by 3L square plus x to the power of 4, substitute the limit I will get L to the power of 4 divided by 4 L cube. So if I integrate x I will get x square by 2, substitute the limit I will get L square by 2 minus 2 times x cube by 3, so therefore it is L cube by 3L plus x to the power of 4 by 4, so therefore it is L to the power of 4 by 4 L square. So integrating n3 I will get 3L cube by 3L square minus 2L to the power of 4 divided by 4 L cube. So at last integrating n4 I will get minus L cube by 3L plus L to the power of 4 divided by 4 L square. So simplifying which, the final answer I will be getting as P naught L by 2, P naught L square by 12, P naught L by 2 minus P naught L square by 12, where L is length of the element. Where L is length of the element. So this is the load vector due to uniformly distributed load. So this completes the derivation on load vector due to uniformly distributed load acting on a beam. Thank you.